Without knowing where we came from, we can never know who we are or what we could be. Hey, I'm Nivya, and today I'm going to recommend you some unpopular yet fantastic books. I think these books haven't reached to the audience much yet because either the author is new or otherwise the marketing is not done much, or because the cost of these physical copies of these books are quite high in India. But otherwise, these books really deserve audience attention. So let's check which these books are. The first book in my list is A Dead Woman Writing by Rajat Pillai. If you're looking for an Indian fiction related to paranormal activities, then this is a right pick. Receiving letters from an enigmatic dead woman. Such a catchy subject, and the author has been able to make an intriguing story out of it. Blended with events of horror, while reading this book at night, half of my mind did not want to continue reading this book at night because it was scary, while half of the other mind of mine, in fact, wanted to know what's going to happen next and hence wanted to just continue reading it at night. Amazing plot and very well written. Currently, this book is free in Kindle Unlimited, but if you want to go with paperback, that's around 200 rupees. It's worth buying. With that, let's go to the second book in my list. Linden Falls by Joshua Hershey. This is a fantasy fiction filled with action and adventure. The main character of this book, Mabel, lost her parents at a very young age, and she had vivid dreams that she was a witch. She was brought up by her grandmother, who dies, and then she gets into her room to find a book which she had seen in one of her dreams. And when she opens this book, she gets into a world of demons and angels. This book has a very gripping plot, but the cost of this book in India is quite high, and hence I would recommend you to read this book via Kindle, where it costs around 200 rupees. With that, let's go to the next book in my list. Rocket Man, Master of the Universe by Joel Barrett. This is also a fantasy book, but a humorous one. This book is also quite costly. The physical copy of this book is costly in India, and hence I would recommend you to read it via Kindle, where it is around 200 rupees. Now, what's this book about? It's a fiction where the North Korean dictator and his friend travel to the outer space in the hope of conquering the universe. And how did they get this idea of conquering the universe? That's altogether a different story in this book, which is again a humorous one. A lot of funny moments, a short book, and very engaging one. With that, let's go to the next book. The next two books are non-fictions. Generally, most of the people, when they hear non-fictions, they relate it with self-help books, but it's not just self-help books. So let's see what these two books are about. Vision of Atlantis by Michael Le Flem. Before I read this book, I did not know much about Atlantis. I just knew it as a fictional island, and I did not know much regarding the history or mythology part of it. This book sheds light on how much is fact and how much is fiction, how the civilization lived. The beauty of reading such books is that you fall in love with history. A lot of research done, references taken, and pictures. If you love history and archaeology, then this is the right pick. The physical copy of this book is also quite costly in India, but in Kindle Unlimited it is free. Hence, go ahead and read it from there. With that, let's go to the next book in my list. Why Stories Work by Somdeep Chatterjee. This book depicts how stories or storytelling have played a major role in evolution, something that we would have ignored or would have not even thought about. This book is mainly divided into 4 chapters, and I loved the second chapter the most, where it mentions how humans developed the capacity to inhabit fictional worlds. Means when we read fictions, we know that it's not true, it's not real, it's fake, it's something that's built up, yet we feel connected and emotional. How? It's something that I really loved reading, and getting to know about it was really amazing. I could not find the Kindle version of this book, but you can grab the physical copy of this book on Amazon, and it costs around 200 rupees right now. I'll share the links of all these books that I've spoken about today in the description box. With that, this is me, Nivya, signing off. Keep reading a lot of books. Bye. Take care. Happy reading.